When you're so good at one part of your game that it earns you a nickname, you know you're among the elite. And that's exactly what's happening with Dyson Daniels, the Australian-born sensation, now playing for the Atlanta Hawks. Sure, is his nickname? The Great Barrier Thief. But what makes this nickname so fitting? Well, let's break it down, because Dyson Daniels is redefining what it means to be a defensive force in the NBA. Now, this season, Dyson Daniels has been absolutely dominant on the defensive end. In fact, he's leading the entire NBA in steals with an eye-popping 3.0 steals per game. That's a full 1.2 steals ahead of the next closest player, and we're talking about a huge margin here. At this pace, Daniels is on track to finish the season with 233 steals, which would tie him for 16th in NBA history for most steals in a single season. Just to put that into perspective, Alvin Robertson holds the record with 301 steals in the 1985-86 season. That's almost 70 more steals than what Daniels is on track for. But hey, that's still pretty impressive. In fact, only 2 players this century have even reached 200 steals in a season. Allen Iverson with 225 in 2002-03, and Chris Paul, who had 217 in 2007-08 and 216 in 2008-09. If Daniels keeps up his pace, he'll surpass both of them, leaving John Stockton's 244 steals from 1991 to 92 as the only season ahead of him. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of steals, but is this for real? Could this be just a fluke? The answer is a resounding no. Let's rewind a little and take a look at how this all started. Dyson Daniels came into the NBA with a reputation as one of the top perimeter defenders. He played for the G League Ignite in 2021 to 2022, where he averaged 2 steals per game, showing flashes of that elite defensive potential. It wasn't long before he was a highly coveted prospect in the 2022 NBA draft. In his sophomore season with New Orleans, Daniels averaged 1.4 steals per game, which doesn't sound like much, but if you translate that into per 36 minutes, it was about 2.3 steals. A pretty solid number for someone who wasn't even playing starter minutes yet. Fast forward to this season, and that number has shot up to 3.2 steals per 36 minutes. That's a massive jump. What makes Daniels so special? For starters, at 6'10" with a wingspan that stretches the court, he has the length and agility to disrupt passing lanes and harass ball handlers. But it's not just his size. Daniels has quick hands and elite instincts that make him an absolute nightmare for opposing offenses. Whether it's intercepting passes or swiping the ball from behind, Daniels is everywhere on the court, and his ability to anticipate plays is unlike anyone else. His defensive presence has been a game-changer for the Atlanta Hawks, and it's no surprise that he's earning respect across the league as one of the most dangerous defenders in the game today. What Dyson Daniels is doing this season isn't just impressive, it's historic. There's no denying that he's setting a new standard for perimeter defense in the modern NBA. If he continues at this pace, he will join the ranks of the greatest defenders to ever play the game. Now, let's be clear, Daniels may not break the NBA steals record this season. That's a tall order. But what he's doing is one of the most dominant defensive performances we've seen in recent history. And at just 22 years old, he's showing us that the future of NBA defense is in good hands. Dyson Daniels is truly living up to his nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. And his incredible steals aren't just stats. They're a message to the entire league. Keep an eye on this guy, because he's just getting started. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Daniels' incredible defensive season, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more NBA content like this. And let me know in the comments, how high do you think Dyson Daniels can climb in the NBA's all-time steals list?